British Biomedical Institute. Today, I, Dr. Pramod Khatri, is going to represent a simple topic named as infectious disease. So, the basic definitions are: disease is basically a pathological condition of a body part or a tissue which has been characterized by an identifiable group of symptoms and signs. Infectious disease, the disease which has been caused by the infectious agent such as bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi, which can pass from one to another. Infection is basically occurs when the infectious agent enter the body and it begin to reproduce, and it may or may not lead to the disease. Pathogens are basically an infectious agent which cause the disease. Host is an organism infected by another organism, and virulence is basically the relative ability of an agent to cause rapid or severe disease in a host. So infectious disease is basically are responsible for a third of all the death worldwide. Infectious disease account for more than half of all the death in children under the age of 5. On the top of 10 causes of death compiled by the WHO, 5 are due to infectious disease only. The top single killer are HIV/AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, and other top killer are low respiratory infections or diarrheal disease, which are caused by a variety of agents. So infectious disease throughout the history. Infectious disease agents have probably always caused disease in human beings. Smallpox has been described in ancient Egyptian and Chinese writing, and it may have been responsible for more death than all other infectious diseases combined. There is evidence that malaria and poliomyelitis has existed since ancient time. In the 14th century, the bubonic plague or Black Death has killed more than 20 million people in Europe alone. In the 20th century, influenza may have killed more than 50 million people worldwide, and close to the 20 million people have died from HIV/AIDS till date. So there are various Koch postulates. Koch has developed 4 main criteria to demonstrate that a specific disease is caused by a particular agent. The specific agent must be associated with every case of a disease. The agent must be isolated from a disease host, and it must be grown in a culture. When the culture or grown agent is introduced into a healthy, susceptible host, the agent must cause the same disease. The agent must again be isolated from the infected experimental host. So, there are various infectious disease agents. The most infectious agents that cause disease are basically microscopic, only visible through the microscope. Hence, they are named as microbes or microorganisms. So, there are various agents which cause disease like bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi, helminths or animals. So, the transmission of infectious disease are caused by basically by the agents which cause the infectious disease, which can be transmitted by the air, through contaminated food and water, through body fluids, by direct contact with contaminated objects, and by animal vectors such as insects, bird and bat. So basically there are various phases for infectious disease like incubation period, prodromal phase, clinical phase, decline phase or recovery phase. So in the incubation period, basically it is the time between the infection and appearance of signs and symptoms. Prodromal phase is basically a mild, non-specific symptoms that signal onset of some disease. Clinical phase is basically a person which experiences typical signs and symptoms of a disease. And decline phase is basically subsidence of the symptoms. Recovery phase is basically happens when the symptoms have disappeared and tissue has healed and body has already regained the strength. So now comes the classification of infectious disease, which can be either by the duration, by the location or by the timing. So in accordance with the duration, it can be subdivided into acute, chronic or latent. So acute can develop and it run its course quickly. Chronic basically develop more slowly and it is usually less severe, but it may persist for long time and or we can say indefinite period of time. Latent is basically characterized by period of no symptoms between the outbreak of the illness. So it also differentiated or classified by the locations like local, confined to a specific area of the body. Systemic is basically generalized illness that infect most of the body with the pathogens which are distributed widely in the tissue. And by timing like primary or secondary, initial infection is previously found in the healthy subjects. This is the primary. And for secondary, infections which occur in a person due to their weak immunity. So now how infection agents can cause the disease? So basically there will be a production of poisons like toxins and enzymes which can destroy the cell and tissue. There will be direct invasion and destruction of the host cell, and it can also trigger the responses from the host immune system which can lead to disease sign and symptoms. So now comes the example of infectious disease like flu. Flu is basically an acute contagious disease which is being caused by influenza virus. There can be a respiratory tract infection, but the symptom felt throughout the entire body. Epidemic occur seasonally with low fatality. More deadly pandemic occur several times every century, in each century. It is basically highly changeable virus which infect multiple species including human, pigs and birds. And the main concern exists that the current avian flu will lead to new pandemic in the future. The another example here is HIV AIDS. AIDS is basically, I hope you remember the full form of the AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is a disease which has been caused by HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. So HIV cells, they will attack the immune system and they destroy the ability to fight against the other agent. And HIV is spread through the direct exchange of the fluids. There is a long period of time for HIV infection to show the HIV symptoms, AIDS symptoms, and anti-HIV drugs, they can prolong the length and the quality of a drug, but there is still no vaccine for cure of HIV. So we can reduce the spread of the infection disease with the help of using vaccines. We can use antimicrobial drugs, or we can maintain a good personal hygiene and sanitation. We can prevent ourselves from the mosquito bite, and we can quarantine like in the case of COVID situation which is prevailing right now in the country. So there are various emerging infectious diseases. Basically, these emerging infectious diseases are those which has recently appeared within a population and whose incidence or geographic range is increasingly rapidly. Like a new strain of the coronavirus has come and now it is outbreaking the COVID situation again. So disease, they can re-emerge or emerge due to appearance of previously unknown agent. Second point, evolution of new infectious agent. Third point, spread of infectious agent to a new host. Fourth point, spread of infectious agent to new location. Fifth point, acquisition of resistance to antimicrobial drugs. And last point, deliberate introduction into a population. So this is all about the presentation. I hope you have gained a lot of clinical information. Please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel named as British Biomedicine Institute. Good luck, goodbye.